most importantly, we want to continue to have a really strong culture and create an environment here every day that the guys look forward to coming to the rink, because it's a long season. It's a long process for some of these guys from the time that they start junior hockey to the time that they leave, and we want to make sure that it never feels like, oh, I have to go to the rink today. It's always, I get to go to the rink, and it's something that they're excited about and something that the staff is excited about.
Cody Campbell heads into his 5th season as the bench boss for the Minot Minotauros. On this episode of NA Now, we caught up with him as he shares what to expect of the 2025-26 roster.
Yeah, it's just as you put it, getting prepared, making sure that go through our recruiting and draft process, and then into main camp, and then from main camp to the time guys report, it's about 8 weeks. So players have a lot of time to continue to work on their game and train and stuff. And we as a staff have time to prepare for when the guys show up.
Absolutely. And last season, your team featured a 40-18-1 regular season record and was able to clinch a spot in the Central Division playoffs. Take me through the lessons you learned as a coach, and talk to me about that testament of that roster from last season.
Yeah, we were fortunate to have a good group of kids and win quite a few hockey games and get ourselves into the playoffs and those kind of things. But we were just proud and happy with the group that we assembled and the environment that those guys created at the rink every day.
Absolutely. And you're heading into your 5th season as the head coach of the Minotauros. What lessons have you learned from that time, from first leading the charge in your first season, now heading into your 5th? Yeah,
it's just that's what hockey is. It's constant learning. The staff here, we just try to get better each year. So there's been countless things that I could talk about that I probably do differently now than I did in first year here in Minot, those kind of things. But it's just a process of consistently trying to get better and learning from successes and also learning from mistakes and failures.
Absolutely. And with last season's roster, it featured 12 athletes securing NCAA commitments. How does it feel as a coach to see your athletes get those opportunities at that next level?
Yeah, I mean, that's what our organization's here to do. Obviously, we want to be competitive on the ice and compete for a Robertson Cup every year. But the main goal of junior hockey in general is to advance players and help them, whether it's higher levels of junior hockey or NCAA commitments. We want to help them get to those next points in their career, and that's something that we felt like we've done a pretty good job of here over the last handful of years.
Absolutely, and the Minotauros have been around in the league since 2011. Take me through what it means to be a Minot Minotauro and play for the organization.
Yeah, I'm obviously biased, but we feel like we have a pretty special place to play. We have a fantastic facility that's supported really, really well by our community here, and guys get to really experience, having fans and that true junior hockey experience, which makes the environment just that much more enjoyable for them, hopefully. So we're lucky and fortunate here that we've got such great support. But I think what it means to be a Toro is it's a great opportunity for guys to continue to learn and develop within an organization that's supported well, and for a staff that is going to work hard to help our players advance their careers.
Absolutely. And with the season quickly approaching, everyone online doesn't get to experience a Minot Minotauros game. Take us through the atmosphere and what that fan base is like.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's unique. It's we've got a great building. We get between, I would say kind of average night is 2,000 people in here, and the rink holds 2,400, I think. So it gets packed, it gets loud. There's a ton of energy in the building, and it's I think if you talk to other players and other coaches within our division, I think it's a place that's our fans make it difficult for other teams to play in, which just gives us that little bit of extra home ice advantage. So it's definitely, I know everybody that's involved in our organization looks forward to Friday and Saturdays at the Mesa Arena. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And for yourself, looking at your own experience, you played juniors, you played at the NCAA Division I level. How does those experiences help you shape you as a coach today?
Yeah, I was fortunate to have a lot of really good coaches and mentors through my playing career, and then also work for a whole lot of really good people that have kind of shaped who I am, and in essence kind of shaped how we operate our organization here. So you draw on all of those experiences, but I've definitely been really fortunate to have some fantastic mentors along the way. That's for sure.
How would you describe your coaching style?
We want to on the ice. We want to be skilled. We want to have the puck more than other teams. That's for sure. And then we just want to have a high level of accountability when we don't have the puck. And those things put together, I think, makes a pretty good hockey team. And the other thing, most importantly, is we want to continue to have a really strong culture and create an environment here every day that the guys look forward to coming to the rink, because it's a long season. It's a long process for some of these guys from the time that they start junior hockey to the time that they leave, and we want to make sure that it never feels like, oh, I have to go to the rink today. It's always, I get to go to the rink, and it's something that they're excited about and something that the staff is excited about.
Absolutely. And from your experience of leading the charge for Minot, what makes the players who play in the league a little bit different than any other athletes in any other junior league out there?
Well, I think guys are just consistently challenged, whether it's through practice and the teammates that they're competing with on a daily basis, or the high level of competition that's just seen night in and night out in the league. I think guys are tested and know that there's such great parity in this league that you have to show up every night, and if you do that over a long enough period of time, it becomes a habit. And I think that's why our players from this league can move on to higher levels and have success.
As you look ahead for the upcoming year, what are some of the big goals that you're hoping to achieve with the team?
Well, kind of touch on it again. Like, first and foremost is making sure that we continue to have a really strong foundation with our culture and just a good environment here. And then from there, we want, the two biggest things are helping players move on to whatever that level might be, but helping players move on to the next step in their hockey career, and then putting together a group that's capable of competing for a Robertson Cup. Those are kind of the three things every year that we measure ourselves on, and that's not going to change going into this season.
Main camp wrapped up a little bit ago. What has impressed you the most from the athletes you have seen so far as you all prepare to finalize your 2025-26 roster?
Yeah, I think guys are in good shape. It's pretty impressive, like how detailed players are in their training in the off season and that kind of stuff. So outside of that, we're excited to get training camp rolling and see the players kind of all together and see what it looks like at that point. But we feel like we've assembled a talented group to come in here. What that looks like at the end of the day when you put it all together, I don't think anybody's quite sure until you actually see it, but we're definitely optimistic about it.
Absolutely. Do you have any returners? And if you do, how important is it to have that veteran leadership in the locker room?
Yeah, we're definitely an older group last year, but handful of returners, and also have brought in a good crop of guys that have had junior experience, whether it's in in the North American Hockey League through trades and that kind of stuff, or through other junior hockey leagues that we were able to recruit guys to come here from. So it's important to have some of that experience and leadership. But every year is different, and the guys that end up being leaders, that process kind of works itself out over the course of the start of the year. But definitely, it's nice knowing that we've got a guy like Ty James coming back, who's going into his third year and has just consistently gotten better over the course of his time here. So it's definitely comforting to know that you have some of those guys that you can lean on, and that they know that our routine and our process here.
While still talking about the players and their experience of being a Minot Minotauro, is there a special tradition or an event that the Minotauros put on that people need to keep on their radar for this upcoming year?
I mean, our front office does a fantastic job with events and that kind of stuff. The thing that comes straight to my mind is teddy bear toss. A lot of teams do that, but that's always a pretty anticipated night. And then one of the really, really cool other things that, our organization does is family weekend. That's something that we normally have that end of February, early March, but something that, most of the time, 90% of the players' parents are able to come into town, and extended family even. And it's just a really cool weekend to see, people from all over the world get to interact and see their kids play home games and meet the parents of the other players that have become really close friends and hopefully lifelong friends of their own players. So it's cool to see those interactions, and that weekend is maybe one that's a little bit unique to us in Minot, and something that's become pretty special, I think.
Well, that is very special. And what's also coming up very soon is the greatest show on ice. We'll all be in Blaine, Minnesota very quickly for the NA Showcase. What are you looking forward to most once you're there in Blaine with the Minot Minotauros?
Yeah, I think it's first and foremost, it's an awesome opportunity for our players to get themselves kind of on the map, our team to get ourselves on the map. With the number of scouts and just eyes that are on that event. So that's the coolest part. The second coolest part is it's a melting pot of hockey. It's one of those events where if you're not careful, you're gonna spend a whole lot of time talking to people and maybe not enough time doing what you need to, because you just can't walk through that rink without seeing people that you haven't seen in a few months or a year or so, and running into old teammates and all those kind of things. So it just and that's on the coaches and player side. So that's it's a kind of, to me, it's kind of the year kickoff for hockey in general. You've got the youth hockey going on that we scout. You've got all the college and NHL scouts in there watching our stuff, and everything in between. So it's a great weekend that I think most of the hockey world always gets pretty excited about.
With that, how important is it to have an event like the NA Showcase on the exposure side for athletes?
I think it's imperative. It's our league it encompasses the majority of the United States. So to get all the teams in one place for those college and NHL scouts to come be able to check off every team and then follow back up on players, I think it's so important that we do that at the beginning of the year. And it's just turned into a spot where there might be a player that a school had never seen, never heard of, and that kid ends up whether it's over the course of the weekend or further down the line, earning an opportunity to NCAA school because of that, and that's kind of where all of this starts. So the league does a fantastic job with how they operate it. I don't know how you guys are able to organize the whole thing, but it always seems to run really smoothly, and it's an event that people look forward to going to.
As we wrap up this interview, reflecting on last season, what is one of your favorite memories with the team?
Oh, I think any time that you can do something that's hasn't been done before in organization history is pretty cool, and we previously wins in a row had been 10 for Minot, and we were able to get to 13, and it was obviously, while you're in the middle of it, it's obviously really bittersweet when that ends. It stings a little bit, but then to be able to reflect and know that we, as a group, accomplished something that no other team in our organization's history had done. It would be cool to look back on and know that, everybody that was involved in that streak and setting that franchise record, everyone played a role in it. So that was a pretty fun stretch for us. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Cody, for taking the time to chat with me today. We'll see you in a few short weeks at the NA Showcase.
Thank you. I appreciate it.